other documentary I saw was called If You Build It. And this is one of those films that you ever feel like someone has just made a film precisely for you at a moment in your life? Yeah. This film kind of was like that for me. So what it's about is it's about these two people who start a design program at a rural high school. I am right now in a design program.
In a rural college.
Yes, exactly. A Midwestern rural college. And I swear this was like looking in a mirror. Like everything that I'm being taught right now, everything that I'm going through trying to get all this done, all the stresses that I'm under, all the pressures that I'm under, it was all right there on that screen. All of these high school kids were going through the exact same thing that I'm going through right now. It was unreal. To the point where I almost wonder if the people that were in this documentary actually were students here at some point. I don't think they were. They didn't say anything about that, but it was just so weird. But anyways, the film is really interesting because these are two people who are, they're sort of artistic sort of people, and they don't fit in with this kind of rural community. This is like backwoods North Carolina sort of thing. All these kids, most of them are farmers, and they're not really going to be interested in designing websites for the most part, which is what a lot of design focuses on in a lot of cases. But they did a great job of sort of making it relate to these kids. So they had 3 design projects. The first one, they designed the game, the sort of bag tossing game, Cornhole.
Yeah.
They designed boards for that. So that was their first project. Then they designed chicken coops, which was awesome. And these kids just got so creative about it because they were able to connect them into this sort of design process. And they just came up with all these really radical, crazy ideas. But they thought really hard about what makes a good chicken coop, and they went through the whole process. And that was really great. They also had real chickens in their classroom, which was awesome to test with their chicken coops, which I loved. And then, the other thing, the other side of the film is how the sort of school board, the school system here reacts to them, which is not well. At a certain point, they basically, to keep this classroom being canceled, they basically have to say, all right, this won't cost you anything. We'll work it entirely off of grants and our savings. I mean, these people essentially are going broke to do this design program. And they did it. They ran it out of their own pocket and out of grants for like 2 years. And at that point, they're just like, we can't do it anymore. And the film is kind of digs the knife into the school board quite a bit. It's really critical. There's a whole scene where like they show what the school is spending money on. So like, there's this school that they spent, $2 million to renovate. So year 1, they spend $2 million to renovate it. Year 2, they have classes. Year 3, they close it. And it's like, and it just keeps going on and on with little things like this about the school board and what their decisions are making and all that. I mean, it's clearly the filmmakers are very invested in what these two people are doing. And, maybe the school board really is that bad. And I think for the most part, they probably are. But I didn't really see I didn't see any good decisions the school board made. So maybe they didn't have any. I don't know. But the last project they did was really great. They built, they actually went out in the community and sort of said, like, what do you think would be a good project for these kids to do? And they said, we really would like to have a farmer's market. We tried to get a farmer's market going, and it was just people with card tables out in the field that didn't really do anything. So they said, okay, we'll design a farmer's market, sort of a set of stalls for a farmer's market. And they did, and they built it, and it was a great success. It's just a really good film. It's just a good movie. It's just makes you feel good about the world. It's a documentary called If You Build It. And if you're in a design program, it's going to feel very familiar. Very familiar.
Yeah. Another movie I saw.
A Place for Film is recorded at WFIU Studios in Bloomington, Indiana.